Hey, I'm on the edge of my seat here, back again with another brand new video. And today we'll be no-damaging all the boss fights in Lost Roblox, the Kaito files. I do think I announced the beginning of this project a little too early. I started doing these no damages around like 3 months ago, but then I kind of got distracted with other videos. I kind of started working on those before this one. And yes, Lost Roblox, the Kaito files, does have a few differences from the original. For one, Kaito in this version specifically, in this Roblox version, learned a lot of his techniques from Shin Kamen Rider. Not sure if he's technically called Shin Kamen Rider in the canon, but the Kamen Rider specifically from that movie is the one who taught Kaito most of the techniques he employs in this video. And as you can see, I'm also using a couple of new moves. This is not how Kaito plays normally in normal Lost Judgment, and that's because Lost Roblox pretty much allows you to switch between two unique movesets. And in order to do that, I have to shout out a couple folks. Number one, I have to shout out Android the Merc and an interesting fellow for the Lost Roblox mod. This mod was crucial to the existence of this video and also the existence of my previous Lost Roblox video where I no-damaged all the boss fights in the main campaign. Also have to shout out Edward Eeyore. Not sure if I said that name right, it's Edward Eeyore for the moveset mod. The moveset I'm using here is the Kaito and Yagami Universal moveset, like a mix-up, not exactly the exact name, but it's something along those lines. I'm going to link all the mods I used in the description, so if you're interested in replicating this Lost Roblox experience, be sure to check out those mods. And I also have to shout out XTLover7 for just his amazing tutorial on like just the Lost Judgment combat tech. Once again, super useful for the Lost Roblox video, and there was also a lot of pointers even for Kaito, even though I don't think he specifically had a section for Kaito, but a lot of the same tech you use with Yagami can apply to Roblox Kaito here. But yeah, no, I do think I might have announced this video like way too early, given the fact that I took quite a while to release it. I mean, hey, if game companies like can mess up and announce their games like 10 years before they actually come out, I do think individuals like me can be prone to the same mistakes. I got a little bit too excited to be working on this, even though I was going to be working on a couple other things along the way. I made a couple movie ranking videos, I kind of got to work on those first, and when Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth came out, I decided to no damage that game first before finishing the no damage for the Kaito files here. I will say this game is deceptive in the fact that I thought it was going to be an easy video to make because, you know, it is a bit of a shorter campaign, only 4 chapters compared to the other Yakuza games, which are, well, let's just say a lot longer than 4 chapters. But in these 4 chapters, just a good number of fights that are extremely hard. The thing about these Roblox no damage is that they're never really easy to make. There's always something crucially painful about the production of each one of them. Whether it be with some of those earlier videos, just implementing the mods themselves can be a hassle. And also with these Roblox videos, in comparison to my Yakuza videos, I tend to tackle them on the Legend difficulty because in my older, like, normal Yakuza no damages, I tend to avoid Legend difficulty, but these days, I tend to hold myself to the higher standard of playing each game on the hardest difficulty possible, which can bring a lot of pain. Some of that pain including just the fact that certain Yakuza games and Roblox games on Legend don't allow you to retry from like boss fights. They only let you retry from like save points. And thankfully Lost Roblox the Kaito file is not one of those games at all. I'm playing this on Legend. Once again, I will be no damaging all the boss fights on Legend. But when you like get clipped in a boss fight, you can actually let yourself die. And when you let yourself die, you can actually restart from that very boss fight. I'm very glad that Lost Roblox did that, and I'm very glad that like Lost Roblox the Kaito files keeps that tradition. Though one annoying thing about the Kaito files with Lost Roblox in particular is that there is no New Game Plus. Though thankfully, I am very glad that this was very much a one-off issue and they never repeated it again, because that would be insane if they didn't implement New Game Plus in one of their like future entries, which was not a DLC. Like, imagine them releasing like a mainline entry and like not having New Game Plus. Like, that would be a little inexcusable. But I'm just glad that this series never ended up doing that. So yeah, let me talk more about the moveset mod, given the fact that this fight will be the last time I end up using the moveset mod. Well, the last time before the next time, which will be a little bit later in this video, and this video is one of my shorter Roblox videos. Not the shortest, from what I remember. I think my Dead Souls Roblox was shorter than this, just because Dead Souls Roblox, there's just less bosses than in here. And some of the bosses in here just take longer than the Dead Souls boss fights, because the Roblox Dead Souls boss fights I did do on New Game Plus, though that game's resolution does kind of like make it a little bit hard to no damage them, but none of the fights really take that long. But yeah, no, I guess the reason I'm not going to continue with the movesets is because I approached this no damage with the intention of, oh, my original video is good enough with like the original combat, I think I'll just spice it up and do a moveset instead of, you know, trying out new things with the original combat system. But as I kept playing, I just ended up not really liking the universal extended moveset. There were just a lot of things that kind of annoyed me about it. It's kind of a little hard to explain. Like, the more I played with that moveset mod, the less I liked it. So, you know, I got rid of it once I reached this boss fight. And the reason I don't like it is because basically the repel is gone in that, like, mod. But not really. So, like, for 90% of my playthrough, I thought that, like, the moveset just kind of, like, screwed up, like, your repel move. What the repel move is pretty much, like, if you can counter a boss fight's attack with, like, a big slap. And when you do that slap, you get, a little speed boost, which allows you to do, like, sick little juggles like the one I just did right now. However, with that mod installed, I thought the process was that, oh, they pretty much made your normal speed faster so that you wouldn't need to use the repel, so they just got rid of the repel. But so yeah, no, I was like, what the hell? The repel is one of my favorite, like, gameplay mechanics of, like, you know, Lost Roblox the Kaito files, so I'm just, like, very sad that it's just gone in this mod. Like, I don't want to do the rest of this video without that repel, just, like, the repel is, like, too much fun. So I got rid of the mod and just decided, you know what, let me just do more stylish no damages with the original combat system. However, I was still playing with the mod in some later fights, and what I found out is that it's not that they removed the repel, is that it's just way harder to do now. It is actually possible to land the repel and get a speed boost while using the moveset mod, but it's just that, like, I don't know what, like, the issue is. Maybe it's that your dodge doesn't have as many iframes as before, or maybe, like, the new combo you do, like, the first attack you do doesn't allow you to repel things as easily, because one of the most useful strategies for, like, a majority of the boss fights in the Kaito files is you pretty much dodge into them, and when you dodge into them, you have a bunch of iframes, so then the boss fight will be in the middle of, like, trying to attack you. Like, this evil Fortnite person, which you're fighting right now, he's copying Mine's moveset. And Mine's attacks all come out super fast, so what you can do is you can just dodge into him, and then, like, he'll already be in the middle of, like, trying to do an attack, and, like, when you dodge into him, you'll still have iframes, so you can just kind of spam the attack button when you dodge into him, and, like, 9 out of 10 times, you'll land that repel move, and you just cannot do that with the moveset mod. Like, it's just weird. I don't like playing with a mod where doing the repel move, like, requires, like, more precise timing than, like, this game's version of the Tiger Drop. Oh yeah, in this game's version of the Tiger Drop, it is copying, like, Yakuza 0's, like, kind of nerfed version of the Tiger Drop, which I don't know what they call it. In this game, it's called the Bomb Punch, but, you know, that's a great name. However, the Bomb Punch in this game has no iframes. So basically, if you want to land it and not get hit or, like, take damage, I really like the little introduction of the heat action there. I thought I timed that really well. Yes, I am saying that I played the game well myself. I'm gonna stop saying that now. So yeah, no, you can land the repel with, like, the moveset mod. It's just that it's a lot harder to do. Basically requires more precise timing, positioning, the whole 9 yards, and also the Tiger Drop in this game is just not very good and just not worth doing unless you can, like, position yourself in a certain way, or unless you're, like, Tiger Dropping, like, a grab move. Because if you Tiger Drop a grab move, the guy doesn't grab you and it just cancels out any damage. But if he's doing, like, a basic attack, like a punch or a kick, and you like do the little bomb punch, you can land a bomb punch and you can still get damaged. I just hate that. Because I'm pretty sure that's not how it worked in Yakuza 0, or Roblox 0 for that matter. That's how it worked in, like, Roblox Kiwami, or in Yakuza Kiwami if you want to refer to it that way. And boom, just landing a nice little juggle combo there on little Fortnite Ninja Roblox. Very weird combination of persons. Just like the story of Lost Roblox the Kaito files just goes to a lot of really strange places with, like, transhumanism and just, like, evolution and just a lot of really interesting ideas which do not get tackled in, like, Lost Judgment, like the Kaito files. Like, one of the final bosses, not the final boss in particular, but one of the final bosses, like, his motivation is completely different in this game compared to, like, Lost Judgment, the Kaito files. It's really, really interesting. I'll get to it when I get to it. But yeah, no, I think I've already elaborated enough why I don't really like using the moveset mod. And also, I just think that which I've done much better work in like Lost Roblox the Kaito files with like my combos and just like playing with the original combat system in comparison to my original Lost Judgment the Kaito files video, which I do think I was like really smooth with, but there's just like a bit of new tech which I learned, which just I did not know back then. For one, back then I did not know about the instant running tech. The instant running tech, if you want further elaboration on that, check out my Lost Roblox No Damage. But basically, this game, like, it kind of takes a while for you to go into a full sprint, and certain heat actions are locked behind being able to do a full sprint. Certain moves are also locked behind doing a full sprint. I actually did the instant running like tech in that previous fight. Also, in that previous fight, the music I used for that fight is Like That by Kendrick, Metro Booming, Future, and that song got the no commentary version of this video blocked in Russia. Okay, so like my no commentary version is demonetized, but viewable, and I like that. But what I don't like is fucking the video being blocked in Russia. Like, what? What the fuck does Russia have against Kendrick, Future, and Metro Booming? Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, this is some serious racism coming from here. Like, I mean, YouTube, I expect better from you. I mean, it's not YouTube, it's fucking Russia. Russia, what the fuck, dude? Why would you do that? Like, you're forcing all my Russian fans to, like, use a VPN to watch this no damage without commentary. Like, yo, Vladimir Putin, like, get on top of this. You know, we need to fix this shit, like, as soon as possible. But yeah, no, if you noticed there, you saw how I did the heat action where you like run and like slam the guy while jumping in the air? You need to be running to do that heat action. But you didn't really see me like run that much in order to like get to that point. I only did like one dodge and then suddenly I can do that heat action. Well, that's because that's how the instant running like tech works. Basically, like, you know, you lock onto the enemy, you know, and then you dodge, but when you dodge, you like in the middle of your dodge, you let go of the lock on and you keep holding down the dodge button. What that does is that instead of like, you know, taking a while to start running, you're just immediately running at full speed if you do it right, and as long as you don't like, you know, slam against a wall, because slamming against a wall does kind of fuck up your momentum a bit. So this sort of tech works best in like a very big open field like this map here for the most part. Not exactly impossible to do in enclosed spaces, it's just a little bit harder and it's a lot easier to mess up. But yeah, that's how that tech works. I hope my explanation kind of made that clear. But yeah, no, T-Lover is just an insane Yakuza player. He's just an insane player in general. Like, his combos are just basically unmatched. No one else is as good as him. Like, the shit he pulls in fucking Lost Judgment is absurd. I would never think to do some of the things he does. And even when I know the way he does certain things, I still can't fucking do it. There's like one combo he did where I was trying to like emulate it, and I just could not for the life of me like emulate it. Basically, I was trying to do a dropkick in my juggle combos, and I found out, like, you can't really do a dropkick while in heat mode. Now, why would I want to do a dropkick while in heat mode? Well, basically, in this game, in Lost Roblox the Kaito files, while you're in heat mode, you can pretty much, like, cancel out of any single move by switching to another style. That is not possible if you're not in heat mode. Like, I mean, if you're not in heat mode, you're able to cancel out of most of your moveset, but not every single move. Like, if you do a drop kick, like, that has a bit of dedication. You know, you have to kind of stick with it. You can't like immediately style switch to do something else. So if you're not in heat mode, you're basically stuck in that animation of the drop kick. But in heat mode, you can cancel out of that animation by switching to another style. So, you know, while you're in heat mode, you can like pretty much waste your heat in order to like, you know, do more stylish juggle combos. But I found out that while you're in heat mode, if you try to do like a drop kick, you're just gonna end up doing the special heat mode like combo you get while you're in heat mode, you know? You're in Brawler. Well, it's not called Brawler in this game, but it is copying Brawler from Yakuza 0. So basically when you're in heat mode, you instead do the brand new heat mode like combo, which I like a lot, but you don't do the drop kick. So it's like, oh, I want to do a stylish drop kick juggle combo, but I can't do the drop kick. How do I solve this? Well, apparently I was wrong. It is possible to do the drop kick while in heat mode, but in order to do it, you need to press both the light and heavy attack at the same time, instead of just pressing the heavy attack. And my fingers can't be pressing all those fucking buttons. Okay, because like basically in order to do the dropkick, in a juggle combo, you need to do the instant running tech. So basically what you need to do is, you need to like, you know, do your juggle combo, right? You know, juggle them in the air, and then you need to do the instant running tech. And, you know, that's already a little difficult to do like in a juggle combo of some sort. You know, you kind of need to be pressing the buttons in a weird way, letting go of buttons, like, you know, locking onto buttons. So you have to do the instant running tech, and you have to react very fast, but not too fast, because if you react too fast, you don't let the instant running tech like play out all the way. So it's a very, very precise bit of timing where you're gonna be able to do a dropkick. So like, I don't know, I mean, one button is holding the lock on, one button is still holding on the dodge button, because you need to keep holding that down in order to activate the instant running tech. I also need to let go of the lock on, when I do a little one dodge in between the juggle combo. And then I need to press like the light and heavy attack at the same time. Just the way I hold my controllers, that's just not natural at all. And I tried different ways of holding the controller, and it just didn't work out. Like, the closest I got to like being able to do it, I had to basically like fucking make out with my controller, and I couldn't fucking do it either way. It was like the only time I had to like do these fucking weird ass like configurations with my hands and just the controller was for like Kiwami 2 combos, and that's like one reason I don't really fuck with that game that much either, because some of the ways you have to hold the controller to do some of those combos on like a basic controller is very annoying. So yeah, no, I just gave up on trying to do like a dropkick while in heat mode. I still do my juggles though. I'm very proud of this fight, because in my Lost Judgment, the Kaito files no damage of this fight, I did like no juggles, but now I actually do a couple. So yeah, no, it's very cool, and like this fight just has a great energy. Like Lost Roblox, the Kaito files is inheriting one issue from Lost Judgment, the Kaito files, and that is that a lot of the boss fights do reuse movesets, but anytime a fight is original, this is an original moveset, an original arena. Okay, all the arenas are original, but like this is an original moveset, and I fuck with it a lot. Like, it just fits Kaito's playstyle very well. Like you can't spam too much. You actually have to like learn his moveset, learn the openings. Like whenever he does like a big slow attack like that, just dodge it, then go into beast mode, do the beast juggle. Because like that, he's gonna like take a lot of time to recover from like his big super heavy attacks, which deal a lot of damage. So in that time, it's just best to, that's when you do the whole beast juggle, because you can like kind of get away from him and then land that final juggling hit on him. And also during this fight, you will notice I did land a bond punch. So like his big like mortal reversal thing, that is a good time to do the bomb punch, because his mortal reversal is a grab, it's not a punch or a kick. So if you actually do successfully land the bomb punch, you won't get damage, because you will avoid the big grab, because the only damage which comes from that attack is from the grab, and the bomb punch negates that. So just a great bit of fun. Oh, I will have to warn you, if you are planning on downloading the Lost Roblox mod, I did run into an issue where after I beat this fight, and basically like this is the end of chapter 3. Once you beat this fight, it's the end of chapter 3, you'll be taken to like a save screen, we get to save, for the next chapter. However, with this mod installed, this Lost Roblox mod, once I beat this fight and skipped the cutscene, I was stuck in an infinite loading screen on my Steam Deck while running Windows. And it was a very consistent issue until I uninstalled the mod. I just played the game normally, and I did not run into that issue at all. In fact, there was zero loading screen. It was actually instant going to the save screen. So that's just like one little issue with the mod. You may or may not run into that, but I'm just warning you right now. If you do get stuck in an infinite loading screen while running the Roblox mod, that is why. I think there's just like a little issue with that mod there. Not sure if the modder, if Android the Merc or an interesting fellow will fix that in the future, but currently, as it is, that is a little bit of an issue. So, once you get to this fight, maybe uninstall it, or maybe just keep it installed, do the epic Roblox like content, and then, like just alt tab out of the game, exit, uninstall the mod, play through the Lost Judgment content, and then get to chapter 4. Once you're at chapter 4, alt tab of the game, once you have that save file, install the Roblox mod again, and kind of go from there. And here we go. This next fight, I actually reinstalled the moveset, because this moveset, I don't think is as fun as the original combat. However, for certain situations, like fighting these guys, like, 1v2, this mod makes the combat a lot easier, because you just have way quicker access to juggles, while in the normal Kaito files, like moveset, like Lost Roblox Kaito files and Lost Judgment Kaito files, just with the normal moveset, it is way harder to set up juggles. There's a lot more like things you need to set up, and you just need to be a lot safer with the enemies. While here, you basically just do square, triangle, that's a juggle, square, 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 triangle, triangle, that's another juggle, and they hit very quick. Like your basic speed is already fast enough, even though you can land a propel. It's just insanely hard, and you have nowhere near the amount of iframes as you do with the normal combat, but still, you can set up these juggles super well. Because basically, if I didn't use this moveset, I was going to play this fight as cheap as possible with like the original moveset, and it just wasn't going to be very fun to look at. One thing which I have to give this moveset mod, this universal like moveset redux, is that like it can make like the combat look super, super fun, and just fighting these guys with this moveset was really fun, and it was just a more stylish way of basically, finding an easier way to fight these guys. I actually think this is actually one of my favorite uses of like the mod. And also, this is the same place where of the first fight in the game, of the first fight of this video, and in that first fight of this video, I did use the mod, so it felt kind of nostalgic, because also this video took like 3 months to make, and the fact that I started making it, and then I returned to it 3 months after the fact and kind of continued making it. But mind you, yeah, no, just returning to this whole thing, like pretty much... Oh yeah, I actually forgot, my plane story. So for the Metro Booming fight, the one where I used the Metro Booming music, I actually tried to no damage the fight while on a plane. Mind you, I'm playing on a Steam Deck, so, you know, portability and all that, but I am stuck at playing at 720p with the resolution, which, you know, kind of adds the black bars on the side. Yes, this video will say that it's at 1080p. That is a lie. I just put it at 1080p in Premiere. The actual footage is 720p. 1280 by 800, but I reformatted it to fit a 1910 by 1080 render, export, whatever it's called. And yeah, this is a sick little juggle combo. I was not expecting to land this at all, and I got super lucky. I got the little re-juggle there, and the thing is, like, basically, like, if you hit these guys enough times with this mod, you'll activate the stun state. I was not planning on activating the stun state, but I did, and it's just like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude, I landed the stun state. That is like the perfect end of this video. I'm very proud of this fight, very proud of the moveset. This will be the last time this moveset shows up in this video, but I'm just very glad that I got to kind of pop off there with it. You know, just kind of show off its qualities. But yeah, no, in that Metro Booming fight with Fortnite Man, I tried no damaging it on a plane ride, which, you know, the plane ride was around 3 hours, and I could not do it. The only thing I did on that plane ride was basically get 3 hours of practice, and then once I settled back into my location, I was able to get the no damage after like another hour or so. But like, that fight is hard. Just, it's a massive group. You know, like, enemies can kind of clip you when you're not expecting it. Like, some of the bigger, fatter enemies, they tend to have super armor, like super hyper armor, whatever the hell it's called, at the most inconvenient moments. Tashiro here, if that's how you say his name, he can be a bit of an annoying guy, but also the way I try to juggle him is not very consistent. Like, it tends to work like 8 to 7 out of 7 times, you know, 7 times out of 10. But when it does work, it works pretty nicely. You can kind of abuse him. Like, yeah, no, like this juggle setup, it's a very cumbersome. It tends to work for most boss fights, but for other boss fights, it doesn't work. And also, missing juggles can be a bit annoying. I did not learn this until like way later in this video. Well, this video is not that long, so way later isn't that way later, but basically, if the enemy is way too high up, you just want to do like the basic like heat mode kick, you know, like the one which like reaches really high, because that tends to catch them like off guard. It's more consistent than just trying to, you know, do the normal combo. And here, like, I just do kind of like a 0 to death combo, even though it isn't 0 to death. I just got very lucky, but just like boom, I just grab them, touch them, boom, bam, pow, hit them with a big like machine there. Just everything works out beautifully there. Just beautiful little end to the fight there. Very proud of that. Also, for these no damage videos, for the most part, I do tend to never upgrade my health, just because a shorter health bar means it's quicker to die, which means it's quicker to restart the fights, you feel me? And one thing I would do in this game, I've already done it before, you would see that sometimes when I taunt, my health would get lower, which I guess kinda counts as damage, but not really, it doesn't count. And here, for this fight in particular, and this is the only fight in the video where I do this, I actually upgraded my attack to the max, because this fight is very fucking annoying. And also, upgrading my attack to the max just made the music sync up better in this part. But yeah, in no other fight in this video do I ever upgrade my attack. My attack is never upgraded, it is always at level 0. The one thing about my attack is that I never use equipment which lowers the attack, but I never upgrade it. I keep it at 0 just because, like, your basic attack level at the beginning of the game is pretty much good enough for, like, the rest of the game. It's just that for this one particular fight, it's annoying as fuck. Just, like, these enemies can hit you at the worst times. They can kind of break out of your combo at the worst times. And just for flow purposes, I've upgraded my attack all the way to the max, and boom, just slap them out of there. Just fucking, yeah, get those fucking guys out of the way. Annoying ass fucking Fortnite guy. He is going to die in this video. However, I actually don't kill him. The main villain of the game actually kills him because he's very heartless. His motivation is just very cruel. I'll elaborate on that after I explain the beast taunt. Basically, like, you can use a specific beast taunt. You have to block and then press the attack, like the taunt button. Also, you need to get the upgrade for that beast taunt. And when you get that upgrade, pretty much it just lowers your health. So what this allows you to do is, one, it allows you to die quicker, so you can like restart fights quicker. But that's not the only reason I do it. The reason I do it, like in this video, because mind you, you're not going to see any of the fail attempts in this video. This video is only comprised of successful no damages. And the reason I would do that in a successful no damage is because, one, you have different heat actions depending on whether you have green health or red health. So basically, I can do the heat action for green health, and then once I do that heat action, I can lower my health to red in order to do the red health heat action, in order to deal more damage in one fight. It's awesome because, you know, if you keep repeating the same heat action over and over again, you know, the second time you do it, it deals less damage. So, you know, you always want to keep things, you know, like, you know, unique, you want to vary it up. And that is a great way of varying it up and dealing just mega damage. And also the red health heat actions tend to deal more damage just because it's more risky to do a heat action while you're on red health. You know, risk, reward. I love that system. I love when things happen like that. Also, I love when you're in heat mode and you defeat an enemy, there's like a slowdown effect. I always love when these games do that. It's just incredible to just kind of see it play out. And yeah, my most impressive combo in this no damage specifically has already happened. So yeah, no, like, I mean, the one I'm going to do right now isn't anything all that crazy. But yeah, no, I think I've already explained my uses for the Beast Taunt. So yeah, no, definitely be sure to get that upgrade. It is very useful. And also, just doing the Beast Taunt also gets you a bunch of heat. So you can kind of waste a bunch of heat. And once you run out of heat, just do that Beast Taunt to get it all back. Or just a huge chunk of it back. It's very nice. So now you may be wondering, hold up, why is Kaito not Roblox? What's going on? Why is he not Roblox? And now here comes the main villain's motivation. This game starts off, and this villain starts up a company in order to help out Roblox people who have run out of Roblox jobs, because in this game, the government introduces a 5 years Roblox cause, which does not allow anyone who is Roblox to get a job. And this screws up a bunch of people, given the fact that at the end of Roblox Eyes, you know, like, Kuroiwa kind of starts off like the big Roblox revolution. This game kind of like retcons certain aspects of Roblox Eyes stories, but like basically everyone becomes Roblox at the end of Roblox Eyes. Before like Roblox Eyes a conclusion, most people are not Roblox. Only really the strongest could become Roblox. But you know, at the end of Roblox Eyes, you know, that whole big Kuroiwa like incident, the Omega Kuroiwa, makes everyone into Roblox at the start of like Lost Roblox, right? So this guy, he pretty much offers a lot of Roblox people a way to turn back to, you know, being human so that they can get a job. But what they don't realize is that the way he turns them into human beings, he activates a certain neuron that makes them explode and start bleeding from like their internal organs. So basically, every single Roblox person which he tries to turn back to like a human being is going to fucking die a horrible death because he's actually trying to end Roblox. His main like character subtitle in like the Lost Roblox Japanese release, like the Lost Roblox the Kaito Files Japanese release, is actually like Kiyoya, the end of Roblox, because he is trying to genocide every single Robloxian in the world in order to like complete his evil plan. And pretty much like the way he does it here, he pretty much launches an EMP grenade, which pretty much turns every single Robloxian in its vicinity into a human being. In fact, at this current point, we have to defeat this guy as quickly as possible in order to save, like, Kaito's wife. I forgot her name. Oh yeah, no, Mikiko. One thing which I will say that Lost Roblox The Kaito Files does worse than Lost Judgment The Kaito Files, I do think Mikiko in Lost Roblox specifically is a little bit flanderized. I think Lost Judgment gives her a much better character. But yeah, no, basically, like you can see in the corner there, Mikiko and June are human because the EMP blast has turned them human. And Kaito has to defeat this guy as quickly as possible in order to make them Roblox again so that their internal organs don't explode. But then you're wondering, how is Kaito still somewhat Roblox? And this is because Kaito may be the strongest character in the Judgment verse. In the Lost Roblox Eyes verse, Kaito may have the strongest hockey field of them all, which allows him to retain some of his Robloxian qualities. However, his humanity in his head is still crucial to defeating this human being, this genocidal human being, in fact. Also, this fight took me over 3 hours to no damage. Holy fuck. This fight, okay, I have not been talking about combat tech at all throughout this video. Well, I've been talking about some combat tech, but like, this fight, it's a great fight. But like, it's fucking hard as shit. Just because the way this guy fights is so fucking weird and like just like counter to like the way Kaito fights. Because like most of these boss fights, they fight in a way that's like very beneficial to your playstyle. But this guy, like, he does not fight in a beneficial way. Like, if you play aggressive, he'll fucking spray you. And when he sprays you, like, you know, you'll lose your fucking lock-on and you'll start playing like the original Yakuza 1 for like 40 seconds. It takes forever for that effect to go away. So yeah, here I'm trying to set up a cool little juggle. I have not done it yet, but here, cool juggle. So yeah, boom, you kind of guard break, throw him, you're going to tackle him to inflict a fear state, or the agony state, whatever the fuck it's called. And then I'm going to do the heat action again. I am repeating it, but whatever. Repeating this allows me to set up my juggle better. And when he's in agony, he won't dodge you or like attack, so that allows you to do that juggle easier. Do the kick, do a little like combo there, and then do a full combo here where you drop in him. And when you do that drop thing, when you're in heat, you can immediately dodge. When you're in beast mode, perfectly block that attack to not take any damage, and then also face him from the front and block him, because if you do that perfect block, from the back, the heat action doesn't register. You have to perfect block him from the front, and when you do that, you get to pretty much do that cool ass heat action. And now, this video, I'm not gonna like tackle this guy too stylishly for the end here, just because like I want to play it very, very safe. In one of my failed attempts, I actually had this guy at a nibble of health, and he just clipped me, and it was infuriating. Though I am kind of glad that happened, in the sense that in that previous no damage, I did my cool juggle at like the beginning of the fight, while here I did it near the end, and I definitely prefer doing it near the end. And yeah, in my no commentary version, one commenter very smartly noticed the symbolism with Kaito like using his human head to defeat the genocider there. It just represents like his human qualities and also just his immense haki. Just a lot of symbolism, a lot of really great symbolism going on in Lost Roblox The Kaito Files, which I'm very happy about. And here there's another piece of symbolism which I'm very happy to see in Lost Roblox specifically. This fight actually took me longer than Kiyoya. Like, this fight took me like 4 to 5 hours. But I'm not as mad at this guy because I like him more. But yeah, no, there's a bit of combat tech I do every now and then. Whenever he does this big like super pose, do that combo, and you know, I mean, the one thing which is kind of annoying about this fight is that sometimes when he does that pose, you won't have the speed boost, but thankfully I did have the speed boost. But once you don't have the speed boost and you get him in this position, you can actually do an infinite loop, a juggling infinite loop. So it's kind of like square, 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 triangle, square, square, triangle. You also have to like switch to the brawler style over and over again. And then once you do the square, square, triangle, do a square, 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 triangle, triangle. And if you set him up this way, you can kind of like, for the most part, do an infinite juggling loop. But I'm going to do it later, but thankfully that infinite juggling loop perfectly led into this ground loop, where I basically like destroy them there. Like, oh my lordy lord, this is crazy. Like, I mean, I really wanted to do a better version of this fight, and I'm not sure if I really did a better version, because I get a little cheap with him, but like, my Lost Judgment, the Kaito Files fight, took 6 minutes. This one is like a little over like 3 to 4 minutes. Like, that is a great improvement in time. And also, I think I just do better juggles here, like, regardless. I just deal with him better, nice variety of heat actions. Though this guy, the way he's set up, he can't really do too many heat actions, but yeah. Back to that symbolism. So you know how like a Dragon Gaiden kind of like ties a lot back into like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Well, Lost Judgment, the Kaito Files doesn't really like lead into like a Dragon like Infinite Wealth in any way, but Lost Roblox, the Kaito Files absolutely does. Just because in Lost Judgment, the Kaito Files, this character, he was called Shin Shinada, but here he's another kind of Shin. Not Shin Kamen Rider, he's actually going to be the Shin Kiryu Kazuma. Because you'll notice that this character is voiced by Youngye, and in the dub of Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth and Like a Dragon Gaiden, Kiryu is also voiced by Youngye. So this fight takes on a whole different meaning. Basically, this is not a fight to be reborn as Shinada like the original game. This is actually a fight to be reborn as the dragon. And not the Dragon of Dojima, but the Dragon of Death and Life. Wait, no, it was called the Dragon of Death and Rebirth. So yeah, no, just like, I think this puts Youngye in a much more positive light in this series, and just, it's something which I really wish the mainline series would do, because I think Roblox just absolutely nailed this transition of character and like, you know, death, rebirth, just like all this like beautiful symbolism, you know, like the denial of genocide, just all very good themes to focus on here. So yeah, no, we get to this part here where I kind of do a big little like drop into him, and like that little drop into him, I was actually planning on doing a more elaborate combo which wouldn't lead into a loop, but I just conveniently got access to this like infinite juggle loop again, and that's pretty much, the fight's pretty much over, which means this video is basically almost over. It basically is over, and yeah, no, just the shorter duration of this video means my commentary is a little bit more speedy, a little bit fast, a little bit more scattered, can't really cover the game in as much detail as some of my longer videos, but yeah, no. I definitely think this No Damage has been a long time coming, and it's finally here, and thank you so much for watching, and just thank you so much for watching my Roblox videos in general, just all my videos. You know, just very thankful for that. Very close to 10,000 subs. 10,000, that's a bit of a weird way to say it, but yeah, no, just, it's been great just seeing the channel build up, and just all that, yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you then for my next snow damage. Peace out.